Y'all. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Torian Alexia, and I'm grateful that you came back to join me. Today is very, very, very different than any other day because I have no blueprint of what I'm going to talk about, but today has been a good day. And good day, I use that subjectively because, it's always going to be something. Oh, hold on. Let me get you the full fit, honey. Let me put them little shades on, honey. See, that's what I get for being extra. Okay, since I was pressed for y'all to see my look, please get into the look, honey. Please get into the look. Please get into the hair, honey. Please get into the hair. And honestly, the hair is actually the. See, that's why I need a blueprint. The hair is actually the star of the show. So I mean, I actually might keep my shades on. If you can't deal with the extra, baby, please click off because it's only going to get more extra on this bitch. But yeah, I say the hair is the star of the show to say, yes, honey, you gonna get tired of me. I'm gonna flip my hair. Because I'm used to wearing it up in a wrap or in a fro. So when I have long hair, baby, she flips. But I wanted to talk to y'all today about a topic that like I'm currently navigating myself. And honestly, it's super simple. And a lot of people they find it really easy to do, but me, I have kind of found it more difficult than anything else to do. And that topic is help yourself first. Honey, this is a topic that I probably would have felt selfish like talking about like maybe 2 years ago. But in this season I'm realizing that, selfish might have to be the wave. I say that because I've known since I was a young girl that my purpose was to help people. I never knew how I wanted to do it. I knew that I wanted to help people, and I knew that I didn't want to be a secretary, or I didn't want to be nobody's personal assistant, but I wanted to help people. And in my mind, at the wee age of second grade, when I knew that I wanted to help people, I was like, what can I do? So that has constantly been like my life's just quest to just help people, honey. And it's come out in many different ways. Like when I was in college, I tutored and I used to always volunteer. Any volunteer opportunity that came up, I would volunteer. Fresh out of college, I started teaching high school. And I was like a student's teacher. Like I was the advocate, baby. I was a teacher with the snacks. I was a teacher with the pads. I was a teacher that if you had failed your SOL 3 times and I helped you study for it your fourth time, on that morning of your fourth test, baby, I'm bringing you a McGriddle. I'm bringing you hash browns, baby. I'm gonna push you through and make sure you eat. I've just always been a helper, and more often than not, I always felt like the help was kind of like at my expense. Because yeah, I've been the person that helped people to the point where like me and my baby was lacking. Like I've lent out money for people to help pay their bills, and me and my baby got to eat rice and beans for the rest of the week. But it came a certain point in my life when I realized, Tori, you're worth more. I think the concept of helping people, we get taught that as kids. And it's a beautiful thing being able to not just care about yourself. But also in the world that we live in, we got to understand that everybody wants to win, period. Or semicolon. My everybody wants to win has always been everybody wants to win, and I'm gonna bring my people with me when I win. But it's plenty of people around you and around me that their everybody wants to win ends with everybody wants to win, and I'm gonna step on whoever I can to get there. Somebody say amen. Okay, all right. I knew I touched the head. And at a certain point, you got to realize, no, I'm not going to step on everybody else, but I'm not going to allow them to step on me either. I had to realize me and my baby is worth a different meal every night, and me and my baby are worth having the things that we want as well as the things we need. Because, honey, the folks that I was helping with their bills, their kids wore Jordans. And my son, he just got his first pair of Jordans last year because my priorities have always been a little different with him. I've always known that, okay, you said you was gonna have this baby by yourself. You're gonna make it work. He's gonna have a great life. He's gonna have everything that you would want your child to want. And for me, that didn't include Jordans. For me, that included my baby has always had his own room. My baby has always had the best level of education. My baby has always known that he was loved and he was supported. My baby has always had the most on him birthday parties. I've never had no birthday parties where we rented out a Chuck E. Cheese just for a whole bunch of grown folks to sit around eating up pizza and then counting my money. No, ma'am, never gonna do it. For his 10th birthday, we might, cash out a little bit. But my baby has always had the best birthday parties and always had the cheapest birthday parties because I was always doing it for him and not for the other people around. But, little segue. But yeah, help yourself first. I will say I got a little update on the roommate situation, baby. It did not go well. But I learned a lot, and I just take that because I know that I did my best to help it go well. I'm really big on communication, but you can only push communication as far as somebody else will allow you because it takes two to communicate. Um, I did come out of the situation with a lot of just understanding, and honestly, the biggest thing was help yourself first. I got into this situation and I wanted to help, this lady. And, I saw it as reciprocity. I saw it as, a give and take because, like I said, she was a film director and I was looking for a role in the movie. And, she needed a place to stay. We made specific arrangements and an agreement before she came, and she was like, I'll put food in the house. I was like, okay, girl, that's fine. I don't get food stamps, you get food stamps, let's do it, because baby, I'm tired of spending my money on food. But then when she got here, the whole script flipped. It was, well, I ain't get that much this time, and then it was buying individual stuff for yourself and hiding it in my room, and honestly, that to me, that's a lot because I don't spite kids, an adult, adults be a little shady. Adults had a little 1 2 1 2. So I might be like, you know what? I'm gonna get that sucker back to an adult, but I don't spite kids. And anybody who spites kids is a child, their self. And if you can buy groceries and hide them away from my child, then that lets me know that you don't care about me or my child, and that lets me know that you have no place in me and my child's life. Um, but it is what it is. I did learn out of all of it. Don't offer nobody else to help them in this season. Figure your thing out. Figure yourself out. Because one thing that I also realize is that a lot of times we help people because we don't believe in ourselves enough to follow through, to push ourselves through a situation. We want to help somebody else that we see that has the courage to do their thing. We want to help them do their thing, and we feel like, well, I helped them, so that was good. And I don't, my dream is a little big, so I want to help them do their dream. Their dream is possibly big. Their dream is probably big, but I know that I've taken the role of the helper because I didn't know how to strategically start to, carve my own path and do my own thing. Not that I didn't know that I had, my own thing to do, because I've always known, that, like I said, I was here to help people, but I've always known as well, baby, this personality didn't just come. This personality has always been here. But I've always known that I was meant for more. And it's so crazy because everywhere I've gone, the people around me have always known that I was meant for more. It's usually the people who have known me the longest that can't see my more, or, don't have it in them to, to act as if they see my more. And that's totally fine, because in this season I've realized that I don't really need anybody to be my amen corner. If I believe in myself, and in this season, baby, this is the bet on you season. Baby, this is the bet on me season. I promise you I'm betting on Tori Ann this season. But again, help yourself first. Don't hide behind helping other people. You have within you everything it takes to make every vision, every dream that you have had come true. Yeah, it's going to take you letting go of some of those bad habits. Yeah, it's going to take you letting go of some of those people that you should have been let go of. But, y'all party good together. They got the best weed. They always got a bottle. Even that man, because, baby, for me, that has been a thing. Men are my jam, and I'm not gonna lie, I love a fine man. I love an attractive man. But I do know that I have extended myself to men more than they have deserved, because I wanted more with them. I will let somebody stick around who don't really deserve to stick around, just because they are who I believe in my mind that, they're who I think is my end game, so no matter like how just weird relationships get, weird the situation gets, no matter how, confusing it gets, I'm like, all right, I'll stick around. But, now I don't really have that in me anymore. One, because after 31 years, y'all, you know what I realized? God ain't stopped making fine men when they made you. Nope, he showed it. He showed it. But yeah, if you can't see my value, I'm not gonna overly continue to extend myself until you see it, because then I end up 47 and you still giving me breadcrumbs to lead me along. No, I want to have a daughter. I want to get married one day, and I don't want it to be to the wrong person. I don't want it to be to somebody who just wanted to constantly receive and didn't have it in them to give reciprocity. So yeah, let this be your sign. Push shorty juke joint to the side, boo. Because if you spend more time confused, then you spend content, and you spend, building with that person, and you spend receiving calls, instead of just sending calls. It's okay. This is not the end of the world, and this is not the last man on earth. I friends as well. Friendship has been definitely a life learning lesson in my life. Just the friendship dynamic in general. But I'm grateful, because for the longest, I've helped people to find their identity. Let's just be real. Every friend I've ever had has left with some piece of me, whether it was the fact that, I cut my hair, and went natural at 15. Yeah, I went natural at 15 and was walking around like Buckwheat. But guess what? Buckwheat was fly. And everybody was just so confused. And like, why would you do that? Why would you choose to walk around like that? But I promise you, within 6 months, my whole friend group had went natural. So you never really know how you are helping people. Even when I went to college, the girls that, wanted to be in my friend group, because not only do I love men, but men love me. So some of my closest friends are men, and which is how I can have the understanding, I think, that I have about men, is because I don't really care about the silver tongue devil, because I got friends that silver tongue devils, and they telling me that you on bullshit. And they being real with me. My friends, my guy friends, really helped to validate for me how great of a woman I am. Because once I graduated college, I really had like a realization moment when I was like, damn, what is wrong with me? Why have I only had one boyfriend in my life? What's wrong with me? And like, I had reached out to some of my college flings to ask this, but they were still like in the head on some, still trying to get some. And I'm like, dang, I thought we could at least, have a conversation and I can understand why her, but honestly, my high school sweetheart, he also allowed me to understand that men want what they want, in that moment. Because I asked him, what was it about me that, like, you could sit on the phone and talk to me all night, we could spend like awesome time together. Like, I could meet your family, you could meet my family. Like, what was it that we could do all of that, but I could never be your girl? Like, nobody could never know that, we were a thing. What was it that it didn't derive into something? And he told me, like, Tori, like, I think about it all the time. And honestly, I knew that we could do all of that stuff, and I enjoy doing all that stuff with you, but I wanted to, and you won't. And I wasn't fucking. But he told me that, it sucks because he said my dad warned me. My dad warned me to not get me into something that I couldn't get myself out of. And now I'm 5 kids in, and I don't regret my kids and I don't regret their moms, but I know I should have listened to my dad because I don't even know how to sort my life out. And then going back to my friends told me, like, Tori, it's not you. He was like, you're the type of person that somebody sees and they know that they have to hold themselves accountable. They know that, if they fuck with you, then you're gonna fuck with them and y'all gonna be solid together. But dudes don't want that. They want to know that they got this one. She in the cut. She not going nowhere, but I'm still gonna go after that one. And I still want that one. And I still want that one. And like with me, that's kind of like, I wouldn't say it's not a thing, because like I've always had like an alternative, like, expectancy for love and how love will look for me in the long run. But you got to give me the choice, and you got to give me the chance to be able to let you know that, you can't just assume that, oh, she too good, which is what I've also heard that. The first guy that ever told me that I was too good for him, I wanted to block him. I wanted him to drop and never get back up, because I was like, you could have said anything else. Like, that's so whack. Like, why would you tell me I'm too good for you? If I'm too good for you, like, why try to, like, why wasn't I good enough to be with, But then when he got married a year and a half later and he was still in my inbox, I had to realize, oh, it's a facade. People want things to look a certain way, but don't want to live up to exactly like what they're saying that they are living towards. And it's like, okay, I get it. I totally get it. I don't fuck with it, but I totally, totally, totally get it. And no, I don't do facades. I don't do fake relationships. I'm just doing this because this is what everybody else expect. I don't do I'm a like who like me. I don't do none of that. I do let's find some reciprocity, pour into me as much as I pour into you. That's what I do. Yup, that's what I do. And I realized that, most people don't do that. And so yeah, help yourself. Don't let nobody hold you back. Don't let nobody slow you down. No matter how good the experience is, we gotta get out of the, well, his good. I just want some dick, because eventually, like, I mean, yeah, like a wet ass and what, a wet ass and then what, So I told one of my friends recently, I mean, I knocked boots in my 20s. Like, I'm trying to get somewhere in my 30s. I knocked boots, and guess what I got to show for it? Kachi. Happy Mother's Day. So in my 30s, yeah, it's about a little bit more than being able to twist and tangle and cursify and braid your words up so that they sound good. Because I'm gonna look at you like, I'm gonna look at you like that. So next, outside of men, don't expect nobody to save you. Help yourself first means don't expect nobody to come and save you. Don't expect nobody to extend themselves more than they have shown you that they will, because everybody that supports you has supported you in some way, and you know who your support system is. So anybody who comes up and act like they can just change your life so much, Not saying that God won't place people in your path, because that's my prayer right now, that God will place resources. I'm sorry. That God will place resources in my life to get me to exactly to where I need to go. That God will place resources in my life to make me the mother that he needs me to be for my son. That God will place resources in my son's life to allow him to nurture him into the man that he is meant to be. Absolutely. Resources. I love them. But don't expect nobody to come and put you up on a pedestal and sit you off to the side, you know? It might happen, but if it don't, you're gonna cry about it. You're gonna look back and say, dang, I spent all that time waiting for somebody to come and save me, where I could have been actually putting some time into, working some shit out myself, I have a poem. Well, no. I have, hold on. All right, so it's not a poem, but it's a little reading, I like to write, and writing is like literally my therapy. So I'll just share this with you in reference to like not waiting for somebody to save you, um so I titled it Facing Fears. It says, my biggest fear is not being able to give my son the life he deserves. Although he's the most joyful human I've ever met, I know one day he will have questions I will not be able to answer. If only I could go back in time and sprinkle some self worth, self love, and a bit of standards into the summer 2015, things wouldn't be this way. I knew exactly what I was signing up for when I agreed to become a mom, but I never imagined my cards would still be playing as a single mom 4 years later. So this was 4 years ago. I thought we'd have a family by now. I guess I underestimated how quickly time would fly. And baby, time flies. Like, don't spend your time waiting for somebody to come and save you. And I'm so glad that, even though I haven't had this Prince Charming come and whisk me away, and in certain aspects, like some people would say that I have, but I know what I want, not only for me but for my son. You can be as good as you want to me, but if I don't think you'll be a good role model for my son, you can't sit with us. And so yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all because he's always been my inspiration. And, I'm glad that I didn't choose to have a baby by myself and be a slouch. But yeah, don't come waiting for, don't wait for nobody to save you. Ain't no guarantee that nobody's gonna come save you. And you never know when they are going to come save you. So help yourself, honey. Help yourself, help yourself, honey. Help yourself. Oh, let's go back to these braids.
Down to the booty braids.
Down to the booty braids.
Down to the booty braids.
That was said. My hair has always. Now let me take these off because they done got a little oily, and I'm trying to act like they're not foggy, but they are. My hair has always been a topic of conversation in my life. And it's always been like something that kind of made me a little insecure because people always had an issue with doing my hair. It was too coarse, or it was, to this or to that. I had somebody tell me one time, like, Tori, I don't know how you do it. If I had your hair texture, I would kill myself. And even though, like, I know they were joking, that is a lot to say. And I've had, people just, I could tell how, people's mannerisms are towards doing my hair versus doing somebody else's hair. I've put people on with the hair stuff, like do my hair and they do it and it pop and they 20 people want them to do their hair. But it's always gonna be an issue to do my hair because my hair is thick, and it's like I don't want to do her hair, and that's fine because, honey, again, in this season, help yourself. Figure out how to make it work for yourself. When I say these braids are not perfect, let me show you the versatility, honey. They're not perfect, so you're probably talking shit, and that's fine because I'm sure I look like I care. Come on, bun. Come on, flip over. Come on, golden goddess. Man, these probably look a mess, but Yeah, they feel lopsided and everything. But you get what I'm saying. Come on, Minnie Mouse. Come on, Two Buns. When I say doing my own hair made me feel so, it made me feel like I could do anything, y'all. Like, and for a long time, like my hair is something that's been like kind of keeping me from being able to be like, super bold and super on camera and stuff because I felt like I need to get my hair done. Even though I love my fro, I'll put on a hair wrap quick because I love my face. And I'll wear matted fro quicker because I love my face. But knowing that you can, give yourself a little alter ego every now and then, it is nothing wrong with that. And yeah, so I hope that you took something out of this video. Help yourself, honey. Help yourself, A. Help yourself, honey. Help yourself, hey. Help yourself, huh? Huh, 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 huh.